Very good morning, my dear students of class 6. Student, today we will talk about another topic that is fertilization. Fertilization in plant. पौधों में निषेचन. Okay? So, let's start it. After a pollen grains falls on the stigma of flower, the next step is fertilization. Student, in our previous video, we have discussed about pollination. According to that process, we learnt about that when the pollen grains reach or fall on the stigma, okay, when the pollen grains from the anther of stamen reach to the stigma of pistil, this is called pollination. It's very simple to understand. It's called pollination. After the pollination, what happens? So next step is fertilization. After pollination, fertilization takes place. Okay, the process in which the male gamete present in pollen grain fuses with the female gamete present in ovule to form a new cell called zygote is called fertilization. Student, according to this process, the male gamete present in pollen grains, the male gamete that is present in pollen grain fuse with the female gamete that is present in ovule and form a new cell called zygote. Okay, student? When the male gamete, जब बच्चों मेल गैमेट फीमेल गैमेट के साथ फ्यूज होता है और नई सेल बनाता है, न्यू सेल बनाता है, दिस इज कॉल्ड जाइगोट एंड दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड फर्टिलाइजेशन. इसी प्रक्रिया को हम निषेचन कहते हैं. जब मेल गैमेट फीमेल गैमेट के साथ फ्यूज होता है और एक नई सेल बनाता है, जाइगोट, दिस इज कॉल्ड फर्टिलाइजेशन. ओके, व्हेन अ पॉलन ग्रेन्स फॉल्स ऑन द स्टिग्मा ऑफ पिस्टिल. बच्चों, जब pollen grains falls on the stigma, it grows a pollen tube. ये एक pollen tube को grow करता है नीचे की ओर downwards through the style. Style is the neck structure of pistil. Okay, then towards the female gamete in the ovary. Okay, and that pollen tube go downwards towards the female gamete that is present in ovary. Okay, then so this pollen tube downwards through the style and reach to the female gamete in the ovary. A male gamete moves down the pollen tube. Okay, now the male gamete moves down through this pollen tube. Okay, the pollen tube enters the ovule in the ovary and this pollen tube just enters the ovule in the ovary. Okay, ये pollen tube ovary तक पहुंच जाती है. pollen ovule में the tip of pollen tube burst ओपन एंड मेल गैमेट कम्स आउट ऑफ पॉलन ट्यूब. और जब ये बच्चों पॉलन ट्यूब ब्रस्ट होती है, खुलती है, सो मेल गैमेट कम्स आउट ऑफ पॉलन ट्यूब. तो जो अंदर मेल गैमेट होता है वो पॉलन ट्यूब से बाहर आ जाता है. ओके, नाउ इन ओवरी द मेल गैमेट ऑफ पॉलन कंबाइन विद द फीमेल गैमेट प्रेजेंट इन ओव्यूल टू फॉर्म अ फर्टिलाइज्ड एग सेल कॉल्ड जाइगोट. Student, we have already talked about that ovary में क्या होता है. In the ovary, the broad place ovary. Okay, let me show you diagram. Student, you can see here. It's very simple to understand. Okay, this is the stigma. You can read here stigma. This neck-like structure is called style, and this broad part is called ovary. Okay, now what happens when the pollen grains reach to the stigma? The pollen grains grow a pollen tube. Okay, they grow a pollen tube downwards through the style and reach to the ovule. Okay, in the ovary. Understand that pollen tube reached to the ovary. Now through this tube the pollen, the male gamete, okay, move down through this tube and reach to the ovule. Understand, student? Okay, and when the male gamete reach to the ovary, then after some time the pollen tube burst open and male gamete just fuse with ovule. Okay, student? So it's very simple thing. So in the ovary the male gamete of combine with female gamete. So ovary में क्या होता है, male gamete fuse with female gamete. Okay, female gamete present in ovule and form a fertilized egg cell. और ये जब male gamete और female gamete का फ्यूजन होता है तो एक नई सेल बन के आती है, कॉल्ड फर्टिलाइज एग सेल. दिस इज कॉल्ड जाइगोट. एक्चुअली द मेल गैमेट फ्यूजेस विद द न्यूक्लियस. एक्चुअली में क्या होता है, जो मेल गैमेट होता है वो फीमेल गैमेट के न्यूक्लियस के साथ, जो अंदर सेंट्रल पार्ट होता है, केंद्रक, उसके साथ फ्यूज होता है. ओके, और फिर जाइगोट का निर्माण होता है. जाइगोट डेवलप्स इनटू एन एम्ब्रियो. अब ये जाइगोट कुछ समय बाद एम्ब्रियो भ्रूण में डेवलप हो जाता है. एम्ब्रियो इज दैट पार्ट ऑफ अ सीड विच डेवलप्स इनटू अ न्यू प्लांट. एम्ब्रियो क्या होता है? एम्ब्रियो इज दैट पार्ट ऑफ सीड which develops into a new plant. Simple. Embryo is a part which develop into new plant, जो new plant में develop होता है. Okay. An embryo is a kind of baby plant in dormant state. Embryo, you can say it is a kind of baby plant which is in active state, which is in inactive state. And सुप्त अवस्था में जो बेबी प्लांट रहता है उसे हम एम्ब्रियो कहते हैं. Okay, student? So it is the diagram fertilization in plant. Okay. Now we will talk about formation of fruits and seeds. Formation of fruits and seeds. Okay. After fertilization, means after fusion of male and female gamete and form third cell zygote, what happens after it? The ovule present in ovary grows to become a seed. The ovule, those are present in ovary, they become seeds. Okay. The ovary of a flower develops and become a fruit with seeds inside it. Student, the ovary part, this broad part, you can see this broad part, ovary, okay, it becomes fruit. It becomes fruit. And the seeds, the ovules, okay, seeds are ovules and ovary become fruit. Thus fruit is the ripened ovary of a flower. Okay, student? So fruit को हम ripened ovary flower की कह सकते हैं. Okay. The other part of flower dry up and falls off. When this process happens, so the other part of flower dry ups and falls off. Okay, गिर जाते हैं, सूख जाते हैं. Only the ovary is left behind. केवल वहां पर बच्चों ये ovary broad part left behind होता है, बचा होता है. So at the place on the plant where we had a flower originally, तो वो स्थान जहां पर पौधे का वो स्थान जहां पर फ्लावर ओरिजिनल था या जहां पर फ्लावर पहले हमने देखा था, we now have a fruit. अब वहां पर fruit है, which is the ovary of the flower. Okay, that part, okay, the part where we had to see flower originally, now there is fruit. Now there is fruit. And what is fruit? It is the ovary of the flower containing seeds. Okay, that fruit is a ovary of flower. Now, a fruit protects the seeds. Okay, fruit protects the seed. Apples, oranges, mangoes, plums, lemons, tomatoes, pea pods, almonds, peanuts, and walnuts are all fruits. Okay, they all have seeds inside them. Okay, we know very well. Some fruits are soft, some are fleshy, some are sweety, some are juicy like apples, mangoes, and oranges. But some fruits are hard, woody, such as almond, walnuts. Okay, understand that? So this is called fleshy or dry fruits. Okay, we divide them according to their hardness, according to their smoothness, according to their fleshiness. So it was about fruit. Okay, student. Let me show you example. You can see here an apple is a fruit. It has seeds in it. You can see here, student, apple fruit and seeds inside the apple. So this fruit, the apple, if you are seeing the out surface of apple, this is ovary. Okay, and these seeds are ovules. Similarly here, in avocado has one seed in it. You can see here. Okay, it has only one seed, and this outer part is ovary. Similarly here, a pea pod is a fruit. It has seeds inside. You can see. Okay, pea pod of fruit and pea seeds. So fruits containing seeds of the plant. This is the diagram of it. Now, student, you all must have understood. Let's talk about the diagram again. Okay, student, you have understood. This yellowness and yellow-red part is called anthopod. Okay, student, and this stalk or tube-like structure is called filament. This is stamen. Okay, this is stamen. It is male reproductive part of flower. Okay, okay, student, and central part is pistil. Okay, it is female reproductive part of flower. Okay, because stamen is a male reproductive part of flower, so it contain pollen grains. It contain male gamete in it. And why pistil is called female reproductive part of flower? Because it contain female gamete. Okay, and when male gamete fuse with female gamete and form a new cell, this is called zygote, and this process is called fertilization. Okay, student, and after fertilization, food and seed formed. Okay, student, fruit and seeds formed. So I hope you all must have understood about it. So thank you. Have a good day.